What's up, guys? This is KYKS, and today we are looking at what we call easy ease in After Effects plus the graph editor. Basically, easy easing is the creating of a smooth flow or a natural flow to your animation. For example, if I'm creating a video of a ball bouncing like the one we're going to do, I would want it to bounce in a natural way. So that effect that provides that natural bounce is what we call easy ease. So I think you will understand it more better if I show you. So let's begin. I've already created my composition. It's called composition, and I've created 3 circles or objects. I've given them colors blue, yellow, and red, and I want us to use these objects to understand the effect of easy ease. So first, I want to apply the same animation to each object so that we can know the difference between their animations. So let's start with the blue one. I'm going to use a ruler. If you want to use rulers in After Effects, is Ctrl R on your keyboard and you pull out the ruler. So I want my ball to start from here and end at this position. So I'm going to bounce it twice, go down and go back up. So I'm going to use position P, like we said. I want it to start from this here. I start my clock, and after at this position my ball should come down. Yes, and when it goes here it should go back up. I'll do for the same for the yellow position. From here we start our clock, and when it reaches here I want also to bring it down. Let's move our ruler here. I want my ball to go down, and when it comes back here it goes back up. If you've watched my previous sessions, I think this is easy for you to do. For the red one also, position, I start from here, then I saw when I reach here, let me remove my ruler. I want it to go down. When I go here it goes back up. So this is the animation. As we can see, I've created that same animation. Let's first remove the rulers for this, for all the balls. So when I preview my animation, we can see that these balls all have the same animation. They're moving up at the same rate and the same velocity. So I want us to apply the easy ease on the second ball, starting from the yellow ball, so that the red ball shall stay with our constant one, which doesn't have easy ease. This yellow ball is the one that has easy ease. To explain easy ease, when I expand my composition, this part that you are seeing here, when I expand my composition to a larger extent and I go to my ball, when you look at these dots here, what we call frames in After Effects, if you can know frames, you see this time code here. These are hours, these are minutes, these are seconds, and these are frames. These dots are what we call frames. You see the distance between this frame and this frame is the same distance as this, and all throughout. So it means that my yellow here is constant. And as we understand the real way, in the real world, if I bounce a ball, the bounce reduces and also increases in speed, so it can't be constant. So that's when we call in what we call, that's when we bring in what we call easy easing. So how do I apply easy easing? I come and I highlight my keyframes. The ones I want to apply the easy easing on, and I right click, I go to keyframe assistant, and you go to what we call easy ease. So when I easy ease, as you can see, this highlighted blue one, they have changed the shape. The first ones were in diamond, but this one is in another shape. So this is what if you easy ease your keyframes, they will turn into this formation. Now when we go back to our expanded compositions, we can see that the distance has increased. Distance in between increases, and when it comes to the position where it bounces off, the distance between the frames reduces. Also here, when it reaches at the position, it reduces. In the middle it increases. So this one is not constant. It brings in that smooth flow to make it become as a natural ball. The first one here has constant, this one does not have constant positions in the frame. So when we preview, let's go back to our position 33%. When we preview, as you can see, the middle ball here, the yellow ball, in the middle, it moves faster. As it reaches this position, or this position here, the bottom position, it reduces in speed. So when you apply the ease, it comes out as a real bouncing ball. These ones that are on the side are in a linear formation, constant flow, which is not a realistic way. But the middle one is what we call easing. When you apply easing to an object, this is how it moves. It's very important. Now that is easing. Now I want also to look at what we call the graph editor. Now let's first stop our animation. When you want, the graph editor is used to manipulate the speed of objects. In order for you to use the graph editor, when you come to your icon here in this panel, the timeline panel, there's this icon which has like a graph. It's called the graph editor. It's what we are going to be using. But before you use your graph editor, you have to first ease your object. So we are going to use the graph editor on the red component. So we're going to first highlight it. It will turn all the keyframes to blue. If you have CS6 and below, it will turn them to yellow. So you right click, keyframe assistant, you first ease them. As you can see, the shape changes from diamond to this shape. So now we have ease them. If I preview, you can see that the yellow and red are moving at the same rate because they have all been eased. They move faster in between and slow as they approach their destination. So now we are going to apply you have to highlight them. You go to you click on your graph editor icon, and it will take you to this graph. This is how your graph should look like. And if it doesn't look like this, you may be using the wrong one. This is what we call a speed graph. If you do not have a speed graph, you right click and you come and select edit speed graph. It should be looking like this. So this one helps us to manipulate the speed of our graph. To understand it more better, we use 3 keyframes, 1, 2, 3. And this graph represents coming from up, then goes down, then from down goes up. Hope you have understood it. Down, up, down, down, up. So now we are going to edit it. If you want these points here, these ones here help us to edit our graph. You highlight them by dragging and highlighting those points. They'll bring for you these yellow arrows, and you will drag it on your left. As you can see, when you drag on the left, it creates a curve with a sharp pointed part on top. It means we have manipulated the speed. First it was moving in a mountain shape, now it's moving in a curved shape. It means that this point from here, as it goes up, from up to down, it will from the beginning it will start slowly. As it continues, it moves speed. It will move at a higher speed to bottom, and when it's going up, it starts slowly. As it reaches in the middle, it moves faster to the upper position here. So it will move faster when it's coming down, and also faster when it's going up. So that's what we call this is how we edit the graph. You can manipulate it. We shall learn more as we go on. For now, just know that it's used for editing the speed. So when I go back and I preview my animation, when you look at it, the blue one is one without easing. This one is with easing, and this one is with easing but with the graph editor. As you can see, we manipulated the speed. It increases the speed while in the middle, but as it reaches its destination, it reduces speed. The same as the ease but at a lower rate, whereby in between it increases the speed, but as it reaches its destination down and up, it reduces the speed. So it brings out the texture you want in your movement. That's what I can say. I think that's all I have. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and like my video. This one is one with ease, without ease. This one is with the ease. This one with the ease plus the graph editor. So we shall be explaining more as we go on. Right now, I think this can help you. Thank you. Goodbye.